Hello guys, thank you for tuning in today with me. So in today's video, we're going to do some hands-on experience on building two Amazon server, which is going to be our EC2 one, EC2 two, and also we're going to build them in a target zone. This is going to be the target zone, and from there we're going to build an application load balancer, which is going to control the traffic going through for our two servers. Okay, so now here we have our VPC, which is virtual private cloud. As you can see right here, this is a VPC, which is going to be our AWS, and then here we have the internet gateway, which is going to control the internet coming from our users going through our application load balancer, and the application load balancer will control the traffic, send them to our servers that we have here. Okay, so now we will need the HTTP, allow the HTTP going through, because these users right here will be using either a website or application like app or whatever the case may be. But so we have here our users sending the data, which is the internet that we need from the user to the load balancer going through our VPC, and that being controlled with the internet gateway that we have here. And once the traffic is here in our application load balancer, the load balancer will control the traffic from here and filter the traffic and say and understand exactly who to send them and when and where to send them. So that's the hands-on that we're going to be working on today. So now let's go ahead and jump into our AWS console and build this to EC2, and then now when we're done, we build this up. Okay, now we want to click on EC2, and when you click on EC2, we're going to click on launch instance. Okay, click on launch instance and then just give it a name first. We want to create a name, and let's just write here the name EC2 slash one. That's going to be the name of the first, and then let's choose Ubuntu, and you want to stay with the free tiers. Go down, let's create a key pair. So the key pair, let's name it LB. See what else. LB. Let's name it load balancer. Okay, load balancer key. Okay, let's create the key pair, and let's choose this one and create a key pair. Okay, now that we have our key pair is already downloaded, let's go down and allow HTTPS traffic from the internet, and also allow HTTP. And now we want to click on edit to set up the security. So now we want to choose our subnet, which is going to be the zone availability. So let's choose zone. First zone is going to be availability zone A1, 1A. Okay, this zone, let's choose this zone right here. Okay, because and the next one we need to change the zone. So let's choose zone East, US East A1. That's it. Yep. So let's go down. Everything looks good. The storage looks good so far, and let's go to advanced. Now in the advanced, we're gonna go all the way down to add some transcript that I already have. So this is the transcript. Okay, just allow the server to, whenever the server is boot up, it's gonna bring this this message, which is gonna be hello from from server one. That's what we need to, whenever the server launch, that's what we need, hello from server one. Okay, so now let's see, make sure that everything looks good. So on this transcript, and then let's launch our first instance. Okay, all right, let's just give it the time, and it is launching. Okay, that one looks successful initiated. So let's go back and launch our second one. The second one will be EC2 2/2, and same thing, Ubuntu. Choose Ubuntu. Let's make sure we stay with the free tiers. Okay, and we're going to choose the key pair that we already created. We had a key pair that we created. Okay, that's what we're going to use, and allow HTTPS and HTTP, and go back to edit and choose the different zone. Okay, so this time the zone is going to be it's going to be availability zone US East 1B. Okay, so now configuration, go back to advanced, advanced and post the same script, but now we want to change it from not from server 1 but from server 2. So those are the two messages that will come. Okay, let's click on launch and it's coming. Just give it a time. Okay, so now we have our two instances running, which is going to be EC2 1 and EC2 2. So they are running right now. So the status check are in the initialization phase. Let's just give it a time, and it's gonna check, make sure that everything looks good before the console clear out these two instances that they're good to go. Let's just give it a time. Should be coming soon. There you go. Okay, now we're good. Now everything looks good. We have two instances running. Okay, and as you can see here, let's click on one, and this is our public IP that we have. Let's copy that public IP and then open another browser and try to see if it's working. Okay, paste it there, click enter. There you go. Hello from server 1. So that first instance is working perfectly. So let's go back to instance, and then let's just give it time. This is our second instance, and then we copy the public IP also and then post it on our browser. It should say hello from server 2. There you go. So we have it here, hello from server 2. So now we did have our two instances running perfectly. That's what we needed. Okay, so one coming from server 1, the second one is coming from server 2. Okay, so now we want to go to all the way down to load balancer, but before the load balancer, we want to make sure to create our target group first. Okay, so because we want to make sure they're both in the same group. Now we're here at load balancer, but we want to create the target group. So you click on target group, and then now you want to give your target group a name. You know, this target group will include the two instances that we created. Okay, that's the reason why we're gonna create this target group. So you want to create a target group, and we have different basic configuration. We have for instance, for IP addresses, for Lambda function, for application load balancer. You know, they have different service, but what concerns us today is going to be the instance. Okay, so we don't have to worry about the rest of it. So we choose instances. Okay, yeah, as you can see here, so this is what concerns us today. So we have application load balancer here if you needed one. We have Lambda here, TCP. Okay, so we don't need those. And we have for IP addresses. Okay, if you was creating for a target group for IP addresses also, this is where you're going to choose. Okay, as you can see, it kind of give you detail of exactly what each of them is and what they do. Okay, we have Lambda function, but we want to give our target group a name. Okay, so the name will be, let's see, it's gonna be LB target group. That's gonna be the name of our target group, and then we want to leave this on as it is. HTTP, make sure that the IP address is coming in, and VPC, we're gonna choose this one right here, and make sure that the protocol is good. HTTP1. Okay, everything looks good here, and okay, that one looks good. Let's see, what else do we need here. We want to make sure that we have all the configuration. Protocol is good. Health check. Okay, everything looks good. Health check path. Okay, that one looks good. Those are deep configuration we don't need for now. So let's click on next, and then now we're going to select the EC2 that we want to go in our target group. So that's why I selected those two, and then click on include, because those two will be in our target group, as you can see here. So this is the two instances that we're targeting. So now you want to click on create target group, and as you can see, our target group is right here. There you go, and it shows you exactly the health status is right here. And now we want to go back to load balance and create now the load balancer. Now when you click on load balancers, you want to come here, and then you want to click on create load balancer. Okay, and inside the load balancer you have different service, which is going to be application load balancer, network load balancer, and gateway load balancer. So this is the different type of load balancer that we have, but we're just going to focus on what we need today, which is the application load balancer. So probably in next video where we need to create load balancer for network load, we will come back here and choose one of them. But for now, let's just focus on the application load balancer. Here it basically gives you all the different configuration that come with each of them. So for the application load balancer, you have the HTTP and HTTPS, and for the network you have the TCP, the UDP, the TLS, and then for the gateway, as you can see, it demonstrates each of them what they need for. And if you need more detail, you can kind of go ahead and read out exactly each of them, and it's pretty simple and straightforward. And to create one, you just want to click on create. It depends on what you're trying to create, but if you need, just go ahead and create one. Application load balancer, network load balancer, gateway. So now we want to go and click on create, and now we want to give it a name, also load balancer name, and let's try to give it a name. So it's going to be Apache. Let's give Apache load balancer because it's going to be two servers. Okay, now internet facing, that's good. Internal, the IPv4, the type of IP that we need, and it's going to be of course IPv4. And the network side, let's see, IPv4 network side, let's see, we're still choosing the IPv4 for our virtual cloud, and we are on East A2. So those are the two availability zone that we need, because that's where we create our different EC2. One is in US East 1A, and the second one was in US East 1B. That's why I choose those two. Okay, so let's see, what else do we need here? Security group, we already have a security group that we created before. Okay, let's see, let's go back a little bit here. Go back to our EC2. Let's just open another page, because we want to make sure that we have all the information that we need. Just go back to our security group, make sure to create security group. Okay, now let's create a security group. I think let's name it AB security group. Let's give it a description, what it does. Okay, so this security group is a little bit different than the one that we set in the EC2 instance. So this one is going to be separate, that's going to target only our load balancer. So it's going to be allow access to our servers. Okay, so that's the security group that we want to set. Allow access to our servers. Allow the access load balance. Allow the load balance access. Allow the load balance access to our servers. Okay, so we already have that one. And then let's add a rule. We want to make sure that it target our HTTP, which is our the connection coming in. So from anywhere, let's add another one. It's going to be HTTPS. HTTPS, there you go. Anywhere, IPv4, and then all traffic is good. So let's create a security group. Create. Okay, now we have a security group that we're gonna use. Okay, now we wanna go back. Let's see. Okay, now we can choose a security group that we just created. Okay, here it's gonna be, let's see, go down right here. Yep, this is the one we need. This is the one we just created, so that's what we're gonna select. And now it looks good. Okay, HTTP port 80, and choose the security group. Okay, looks like everything looks good. So this is the summary of our So this is the summary here. It's going to target the IPv4 internet facing, and the security group that we just created is right there. The name of the security group is there. And for the network mapping, we have it VPC, different zone availability, US East to A and US East to B, and we listen and routing to HTTP 80, port 80. And yeah, so this is the summary that whatever we create, that's a summary. Okay, everything looks good. Let's click on create load balancer. There you go. So now we have our load balancer here, Apache load balancer. Okay, as you can see, the state is just checking for now. So let's just give it the time. It's provisioning. Okay, yep, there you go, it's active. So now we have our load balancer active here. Let's refresh, make sure it looks good. Okay, so you click on that. Inside you see our detail Apache load balancer. So there's the detail here, the status, the scheme, internet facing, what type of IP that we have. So let's copy that link right there, and then open another browser and click it and click enter. There you go. Now we have here hello from server 1. Okay, as you refresh, you can see hello from server 2. There you go. So as you can see, it's changing. Hello from server 1, hello from server 2. So that shows that our application load balancer is working, because the connection that we need is coming through. So hello from server 1, hello from server 2. As you can see, it is changing. There you go, looks good. So that's what we needed to create there. And let's see, try one more time. Okay, looks good. I wanted to just double check, make sure that it's working perfectly, but yeah, that looks good. So our Apache is working, our Apache load balancer. So let's go back to instance, and we have our instance here. Let's go ahead and double check something here into, let's see, let's select both of the instance, and then we're done. We want to make sure that we stop the instance and stop and refresh a little bit. So now let's open and then copy the same IPv4. Okay, let's go back a little bit here. Yeah, as you can see, I just wanted to make sure that when you stop them, it's gonna show you that those two instances already stopped. So as you can see here, whenever you refresh the page, it shows you that this instance is already stopped. As you can see here, instance stop. Refresh again. Okay, EC2 1 is stopped, and then let's go back to our instance. And as you can see, the status, both of them stop. So let's double check with the EC2 2 and open, and it shows you that this one is stopped also. Okay, so let's refresh here, go, let's make sure that we have them both back. Okay, now we have them back here because we stopped them. We just want to make sure that when we stop them, when we go back to the link, it wouldn't show you exactly these two that as they are running. All right, so now they're back running again. I start them again. So now let's select them and open, and as you can see, now it provides us our public IPv4 address. Okay, so that's the why I went back and stopped it. So you go back and open a new browser, and as you can see, the browser we lost connection because we did stop those instances earlier. So now we want to paste the instance again and open. Now it's running back, working perfectly. Okay, so now you go to the second one, come here, clear, and paste, reload, hello from server 1. Okay, now it's working. And want to go back to EC2, and we have, of course, two instances running perfectly. All right, let's see here. Terminate. Let's terminate these two. We're done with the hands-on, so let's make sure that we terminate our instance that we don't really need. Let's go back here to our target, to our load balancer first, and we want to make sure that, let's go to the target group first, and we have the target group here. Select the target group, and when you're done, action and delete. Okay, and yes, delete, because we don't want to leave them running, so we want to make sure to delete them like when we're done using them. So that was the hands-on, and now we're deleting the service that we created. So now let's delete the load balancer also. Delete load balancer. Then now here you have to confirm. You have to type confirm, and then delete. Okay, now that one is done. Okay, let's make sure that the target group also action. You selected the target group. Click on action. Let's see. Load balancer. Target group. Okay, I just want to make sure this one is not running, but yeah, okay, so now it's back. Okay, you want to select that one and go to action and delete, and yes, delete. Okay, now that one is done. Okay, make sure that nothing is running. Okay, so this is the security group that we created. Action and then delete. Okay, the security group that I created, or you make sure that one is deleted also.